front row.
So showrunner Lauren Schmidt-Hystrich said that when you heard about Netflix making The Witcher, you were ringing them up every day saying, come on, let me audition. Is that true?
I personally wasn't ringing them because I didn't have their phone number, but that's what agents are for. They had the number of Netflix, they were calling all the necessary people, and whatever they were saying, how often they were calling, eventually worked. So I got in the room with Lauren before she could do her casting process.
Why were you so keen to jump on this role?
For me, I mean, I've been a fan of the fantasy genre since I was a boy, massive PC gamer as well, and The Witcher 3 was a game which I absolutely loved. I did not know the books, the games were based on the books, but after meeting Lauren I did. But for me, it was an opportunity to live a dream, really.
You worked with Henry Cavill on this, obviously. Did he give you any advice as a young and up-and-coming actor?
He gave me a lot of advice. We had a lot of big conversations, mainly about how to cope with the aftermath of when this comes out, and I really value that, and I'm really glad that he has. But he's always there for us, and that's why he's so great. He's so kind. And
what did he say to help you kind of cope with like the fallout of becoming really famous, basically?
He just said, look, some people are going to say nasty things, and some people are going to say lovely things. The main thing is to
and he'll beat them up.
And that's exactly what he said. He'll be.
So obviously you work with Henry Cavill quite a bit on this series. Is there something that fans would be surprised to learn about him that you kind of learn from getting to know him on the set?
He brings his dog on set all the time. Cal, he's gorgeous.
Did you make friends? Did you make friends?
Absolutely. He was more friends with me than he was with Geralt. He didn't recognise half the time because of the costume.
Did he give you any advice as a kind of up-and-coming actor?
Yeah, just take things moment to moment and use have positive people around you and use them. You know, you're not alone.
And you obviously play the lute in this series. Was that a major factor in the audition process?
Absolutely. I think I'm the only lute player in London. I think that's the reason they cast me. I think they sort of hoped that I could act after that.
Did you not try and sneak in, I don't know, some sort of popular covers whilst on set?
I frequently did on set. There was an awful lot of George Michael on set. Maybe there will be a rendition of that one day. I'll see if I can sneak it into the show in season 2.
One fan on the internet, when they saw the Witcher trailer, said that the fight scenes made Game of Thrones look like two drunks fighting. Do you agree with that?
Well, we are avoiding comparisons to Game of Thrones because Witcher is Witcher. It's a very different show on so many levels. And yes, our fights are also different, but I wouldn't be saying like better, worse. It's different. It's a different show.
Is there anything that you had to change dramatically from the books in this series for fans who haven't seen it yet?
Absolutely. You know, part of it, the story is the same, but how we're telling the story is different. And thus, we really brought the characters of Ciri and Yennefer to the forefront much earlier than they are in the books, because they're incredibly important as the stories continue. And to me, I wanted to understand where they came from and what they were running toward, what they're running away from. And so, for me, the best thing to do was introduce them really early.
And Ciri originally was going to be the focal point of the whole series, wasn't she?
Yes, so I went through several different sort of narrative versions, the best way to tell this story, and there was one that it was all through Ciri's, basically her flashback, her point of view. But I realized she can't be in people's brains. She can't really know what's going on with Geralt or in Yennefer's head. So we switched it. You just keep going until you find the right way to approach the story.
And how many series would you like to make of this show?
I've been quoted saying 7 and 20. Basically, I will write this series as long as 1, the source material holds out, but 2, as long as audiences are interested in watching it.